What I have here is Galco's C.C.P. or concealed carry paddle holster. It's probably one of the more popular models. Has an open top feature to it, and it actually has an adjustable paddle on the back so that you can actually change two things. One, with this, hopefully you can see it here, with this little flathead screw in here, you can actually change two different positions of your, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, and I don't have very good light, but there's actually a like a little wedge in here that as you go to draw the pistol itself, it actually grabs the belt on the top side here. So as the belt were underneath, it actually grabs it, so it allows you to pull it cleanly from the holster. And you can actually adjust it for two different belt sizes here, as well as there's a pivot point here on the top of the holster that allows you to either go for a straight vertical draw or like a forward cant FBI, or you can actually put it for like a cross draw purposes, and I'll demonstrate that too as well. So this is the C.C.P. or concealed carry paddle from Galco. I can never remember the name. They make a very decent leather holster after it breaks in. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to demonstrate this with the fireman in a couple of the different positions and show that. Now I'm going to wear a t-shirt, but you could easily put sweatshirts and maybe other jackets, stuff like that. I may show that, but nonetheless I'm going to grab a pistol here. It's 1911. The hammer's down, but that being said, there's no magazine in the pistol itself, and there's no rounds in the chamber. So, anyways, that being said, that drops right in here, and here you can kind of get a general look of what that pistol and how much of it, as I stand back, maybe put it in relation, how much of the pistol, top of the pistol is exposed. There's no thumb break on the top for retention. There's actually not even much of an adjustment for carrying the pistol in terms of how tight it's going to be in the paddle itself. And so from here, then one can simply clip this on to their belt and make the adjustments with a screwdriver on where they would like that. And so I'm going to go through a couple different iterations. I may edit some of this out so that you guys can get the full advantage of seeing it. So here we have the pistol in the straight vertical format, and it's right here high on the hip a little bit, and I have it lined up approximately with the side profile of my body, and you can kind of see, it doesn't pull it in tight here, so it will create a little bit of a profile if you wear really tight clothing and you don't have a jacket or a sweatshirt or something. But as I demonstrated here on my right hand hip, and then I can make an adjustment. I'll put a forward cant on it here in a second. You can just generally see kind of what that's like for drawing purposes for the holster. And specifically, you can tell here as I draw this holster straight up. I mean, it's not taking the holster with it, which of course is a very good thing. When you're drawing your pistol, last thing you want to do is draw your pistol and have the holster and the pistol together come out with it. So as you draw that, works very, very well. Now here I have the pistol on a little bit of a forward cant, which depending on how you draw your pistol or what your method of preferred carry is, which really helps. If you carry it straight up and down or in a vertical position, your grip is essentially going to stick right from the back side of your profile. So in order to reduce that overall width or that signature of the pistol itself, sometimes that forward cant, that FBI forward cant, can help reduce diagonally that profile of the picture and help limit your exposure from side to side, especially like bending over something like that. Whereas that pistol grip would be sticking out even farther on a full-size pistol, depending on what you were wearing. So here's a little bit of a forward cant on the 1911 here, so you can see it drawing come out. So if you were sitting here or whatever, and then you needed to draw, it would be right there, and then you could easily draw it and holster that there. So not bad. It's a little tight, but on the whole, you'd rather have it a little too tight than probably too loose, depending on the situation. If you were running or had to move quickly, you certainly don't want one falling out on you. So there's the forward cant. And you can see here, if I simply put a vest on and zip this up a little bit, you can kind of get a general idea here of what this is going to look like. But taking this vest into account, and as I turn around, you can see that it's barely visible to the user here of having that pistol that I have actually on my right hand side, and simply unzipping the vest and being able to have access to it quickly, or simply having your vest in an open manner that allows you very quickly to get a good grip on your pistol to draw. Certainly a very important thing, and people really need to practice, accessing and drawing their pistol from concealed positions so that they have some level of comfort for when they need to draw. When they need to draw that pistol, it allows them to come up and they have some level of familiarity with their concealed holster. So here in this case, boom, boom, you'd have access right there to the holster itself. Now you can see here from the seated position, although this is meant to represent an automobile, not a bar stool as I have in this case, but if you were to be driving your car, your truck, whatever that you're driving, if you put the pistol here actually at a reverse or cross draw type of style here, the pedal is actually vertically placed down inside of here, but it's actually angled here in this case, and you were to spend a long period of time driving. It's very hard when you're trying to draw from an automobile, if you've ever tried to do it, because you don't have necessarily, depending on how your seats are designed in your automobile, to throw your elbow back to draw the pistol, and so it can make for a tricky situation trying to get that out if you needed to pull it in a hurry. Whereas in this particular case with this holster, it allows you with the cross draw to sit very comfortable for long periods of time, hardly even noticing the pistol there, but then give you that immediate reach that you need to, as you're driving, if you have a confrontation out your driver's side window, targets in front of you, or actually, even targets to the side. So you have that immediate availability here, nice, well-positioned, very comfortable to carry for extended trips, for, let's say, chauffeurs, things of that nature, depending on what type of job situation you're running into, cross transit or whatever. So anyway, it gives you immediate availability, and especially when you throw something like a coat on, practically masks the fact that you would have a pistol. If you were driving or something, and you had a jacket and something, you would have immediate availability right there for your pistol itself. So it can be very handy to draw when need be, depending on which target you need to engage, and then like that. Now the only disadvantages to carrying like this is if you get up and start walking around, that is definitely not the preferred carry, because with it having such an angle, you do have to worry somewhat about it, exposing yourself and or coming out. So I certainly wouldn't recommend that. I don't know if you'd be able to see it as I stand up here because I got the camera lowered on purpose. But it's certainly, I don't think, well suited for, walking and if you're going to be moving a lot. But for the seated carry, which is the primary purpose, works very, very well for when you need to draw that pistol out. So, anyways, that's it in the seated position for the cross draw. So in a nutshell, here you have the Galco C.C.P. or concealed carry paddle holster and its appointments, and once again the adjustable screws for the belt width, as well as the area or the cant at which you want to carry the pistol, whether it's vertical forward cant or cross draw. And as I remove the pistol here slowly, so you can kind of see how that generally fits inside of there. Not a bad holster, and I think it's retail, so currently on their website for about $110, although depending on which supplier you may go through, you can get better deals than that. So hopefully if this is something you're interested in, now you know a little bit more about it. Certainly be safe, and thanks for watching.